back here with us on Overdrive. The Mercedes 450d AMG line not only redefines diesel luxury, but it also offers petrol-like quietness and refinement. In fact, it offers 750 Newton meters of torque. Let's find out more about it.
Diesels have traditionally been workhorses, efficient, torque-rich, but regrettably noisy. But every once in a while, some diesel engine comes along and breaks that stereotype. It is an evocative reminder of why we adorned, why we loved diesel engines so much. The GLS 450d that I'm driving right now is one such exception. It very tastefully blends a bit of nostalgia and plenty of sophistication. And of course, AMG swagger as well, because this right here is the 450d AMG line.
If there were ever an SUV that could turn the genteel act of luxury travel into something a tad more exciting, Mercedes-Benz reckons it's the GLS. The front end, boldly decked out with AMG's trademark styling, sports aggressive air intakes and a high-gloss grille that wouldn't look out of place on a G-Wagon. Black accents from the night package contrast dramatically against the hulking silhouette, giving this refined giant a darker, more aggressive and assertive presence. The rear, not to be left out of the drama, sports a diffuser look insert and chrome accents that straddle the line between sporty elegance and outright intimidation. And those gorgeous 21-inch AMG wheels in high-gloss black, they are automotive art, though one can't help but wonder about the curb anxiety they might induce on narrow city lanes. But it's beneath the confident facade where things get truly fascinating. The straight-six diesel, delivering a towering 750 Newton meters of torque, punches with enthusiasm that evokes genuine nostalgia.
Thrust has been the trump card for diesel engines. Diesel engines have often proven that torque can be more important than power. And this engine, this car, is a very good reminder of that. The GLS reminds you vividly of how beautiful diesel engines are, especially if you have made the move or have been forced to move to EVs.
0 to 100 comes up in a little over 6 seconds, even in our tests, which is amazing for this behemoth.
Prod the throttle and there's this surge of power, an instant thrust. Of course, it's not the same as the instantaneous acceleration that you get from EVs, but riding the wave of diesel torque, it's oddly satisfying. Surprisingly, the GLS 450d in this AMG trim doesn't announce its arrival with the typical rattle or clatter of a diesel engine. If anything, it's a more evocative soundtrack, and I don't know how they've managed it. It's one of the best sounding modern diesels of its time. It's got that buttery, smooth burble, something that fits a well-tuned petrol V6 engine more than a utilitarian diesel engine. If you were to sit in this car with your eyes closed, figuratively please, or maybe in the rear seat because that is where you belong in this car, I swear, or rather you will swear, that you are definitely sitting in something a lot sportier. This is not a typical diesel sound. This is a sound that is definitely befitting of that AMG badge on the boot.
The driving experience is amplified by the brilliantly calibrated AIRMATIC suspension with adaptive damping, delivering an impeccable balance of comfort and dynamic composure. It manages to straddle the contradictory worlds of Mumbai's pothole-laden streets and glass-smooth highways with almost suspicious ease. The car doesn't get a sport mode though, which is ironic for a car that wears the AMG badge. And it also means that no matter how much that engine sound urges you to push harder, the GLS still turns like a whale.
And then Mercedes-Benz has pulled a page out of its Maybach rulebook, giving this car plenty of lovely cushioning, amazing materials that make sure that every inch of this car feels expensive. Even when you hold the steering wheel, you know it's that of an expensive car. It's not just some random SUV where they've ignored the things in front just because it's going to be handled by a chauffeur. Every bit of this car feels expensive. And then you also get electrically operated blinds because you want it to cut out all the paparazzi or cut out the weather when it's not as beautiful as this.
The rear seats are practically begging you to let someone else drive, featuring 11.6-inch entertainment screens, a removable MBUX tablet, and even a chauffeur package for lounging in stretched-out comfort. Ironically though, the massage functions are missing from this package. Audiophiles will appreciate the Burmester surround sound system's audio tuning, complete with Dolby Atmos, turning your morning commute into a private concert, no matter how chaotic it gets outside. Mercedes-Benz knows its clientele. After all, why simply drive when you can arrive bathed in sound and splendor? And if you don't mind messing your hair a bit and want to keep your music choices private, there are the stunning headphones as well. Tech-wise, the GLS AMG gets ADAS Level 2 with driving assistance package, which complements the long list of safety tech. Don't go off-roading alone, they say, but in India with pothole-laden roads, you're pretty much doing that all the time, which is where the 360-degree parking camera setup becomes your personal spotter, along with the transparent bonnet, which cleverly keeps you from accidentally remodeling speed bumps into speed flats, and more importantly, negotiating those deep potholes. Despite all the sporty embellishments, this GLS doesn't stray far from its luxurious roots. There's the kind of scrupulous comfort you would expect from Mercedes. Climatized seats that graciously cool your back in sweltering traffic, 5-zone climate control to prevent family feuds, and seats so corseting that Mumbai's notorious potholes fade into mere suggestions.
So what exactly is the GLS AMG line? Is it a luxury cruiser that's also trying to be pretentious about performance and sportiness? Or is it an AMG with softened edges, softened performance? Well, honestly, it's a bit of both.
It's the sort of car you will buy not only for what it does superbly today, but for the nostalgic grin it will evoke every time you floor it tomorrow. Diesels might be dwindling, but the GLS ensures they go out not with a whimper, but with an unforgettable AMG-tuned roar.
With that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through our various social media platforms. You can write to us on YouTube. We'll see you next week. Until then, drive and ride safe. And happy Independence Day once again.